everybody, and welcome back to At Home with Sophia. Today we are going to be making one of my favorite desserts, Oreo truffle balls. But they're not going to be just regular Oreo truffle balls. They are only 2 ingredients, and we are going to make them in the shape of a bird's nest in honor of Easter. So let's get started with this video. This recipe is so easy. If you don't know how to bake or you're not very comfortable with it, this is going to be a game changer. Everyone always loves these when I make them, and they are so yummy and delicious. Okay, so the things you will need today to make these Oreo truffle balls is a pack of Oreos, not double stuffed, not thin, just the regular plain Oreos. And you will also need a pack of cream cheese. And that is it. That is all you need. And if you want to do and you can do different flavors. So if it's like the fall time, you can do a fall flavored Oreo. If there's like a cinnamon roll or something, and then you can add some cinnamon and some spices to it to like warm it up a little bit. But this is like just a regular recipe. Okay, so let's get started with the first step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is set our little eggs off to the side on our ice cream scoop, and we're going to open up the cream cheese. And all of the measurements and stuff like that will be down below. And you want your cream cheese to be at room temperature, so it's easier to work. I'm just going to cut these into little sections. This is not the cleanest thing, but you know, it's worth it for the taste. There we go. I got it in some cubes and slices. And now I have a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can just use a bag and crush of Oreos, but I would highly recommend using a food processor. And I'm just going to put in, to start off with about a half of a pack of Oreos. We're going to eventually use all of them, but it'll be easier to do little increments so it can crush them up a little bit more evenly. And now I'm going to just blend this up. Let's see how they're looking. They should look like grounded coffee beans. Grounded up. And now we're going to put in the rest of our Oreos. Now I'm going to ground up the rest of this, and we'll see you once I'm done doing this. Okay, so now once every single Oreo is crushed up and super fine and looks like a coffee bean, add in 2 little chunks of cream cheese. Boop, boop. And then we're going to mix it in and slowly keep on adding them into. So now I'm going to let this grind up, and while that is incorporating and mixing, I'm going to get a pan ready, lined with a piece of parchment paper. Okay, so now what you're going to do is get a medium-sized ice cream scoop, and you're going to scoop out some of the batter or dough or whatever you want to call it, and put it onto a piece of parchment paper. So now I'm going to do this to the rest of my dough. Just scooping out the Oreo truffle balls, and I'm going to put them in the fridge for 30 minutes so they can chill and they're nice and hard, so it's easier to like manipulate them. And I also rolled them with the palm of my hands to help them make that circle round shape instead of like a big blob. So I'm gonna put that in the fridge and I'll see you in 30 minutes. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get the back end of your ice cream scoop and you're going to lightly press it in to the middle of the thingamabob. Now it has like a circle on the inside, and you can use your finger to also like help sculpt it too. So I'm gonna put these back in the fridge and I'll see you in another 15 minutes. Okay, so now what I have here is some chocolate. I have some chocolate wafers and I have some semi-sweet chocolate chips. The wafers are dark chocolate and the, semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now we're going to melt them together so that we can cover up the truffles. And I'll see you once this is all finished melting. Alright, so now the little Oreo truffles are ready, so I'm going to take them out of the refrigerator and I'll see you in a second. Okay everybody, so I just took these out of the fridge and they're nice and cool. You know when they're ready when you take them off the parchment paper and they don't stick. So what I'm going to do is I also have some egg candy. Okay, so now what you're going to do is get a fork and you're going to drizzle it in all directions here. Once they are chilled, I already started doing this one. And remember, you want them to be chilled for about 30 minutes so the chocolate doesn't like warm it up and then it like melts and it's like a gooey mess. And so just keep on doing this until you think it has enough. Okay, so now I'm just going to scoop them off the tray once the chocolate is nice and hardened here. And now what I'm going to do is I have my little candied eggs and I'm going to put them on the top. Okay, here is the final product. Thank you for watching and have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.